Now, CNPG can do some really cool stuff. Oh, and before I move there, I saw there was a couple of questions. So first, for storage, here. Okay, so right now, by default, we are using the Linode block storage, and that's Linode's equivalent of EBS. So, you know, it's a cloud-based storage. That's kind of the default when you have a managed cluster. It's durable in the sense that if a node blows up, then you don't lose that storage, so that's cool. But as we're going to see in a moment, it's also not very fast. Okay, so yeah, another example of something really cool that we can do, and actually maybe I'm going to start tmux again. Okay, export kubeconfig equal. So on top, I'm going to watch kubectl. Let's show me the nodes, show me the clusters, show me the pods. Sorry. So imagine that we want to do a maintenance on the node that is supporting the primary. So what's the primary here? It's minimal1, and I can see that by doing CNPG status minimal. It's going to tell me, yep, minimal1 is primary. Now I'm like, okay, minimal1 is on that particular node. And when you do a maintenance, you typically do a kubectl drain on a node. And when I do that, so it's going to give me like a few warnings. So basically I need to say, yes, override this, override that. And you can see that CNPG is automatically doing a switchover. So basically, it detected that I want to do a maintenance on that node. It detected that that node has a primary, so it's doing a switchover to the secondary. So now minimal2 is going to be the new primary, and now it's going to bring up a new replica. It's going to bring back minimal1 on another node. And it's doing that automatically. How is it doing it? This is an example of how the different pieces of Kubernetes kind of nicely fit together, sometimes almost magically. When you do a drain on a node, first it's going to do a cordon on that node. See the status scheduling disable? This is because I'm going to drain the node, I'm going to remove everything running on it. So the first thing is to prevent new stuff from coming up. And when you do that, the cordon, technically this is placing a taint on the node, and CNPG, the database operator, is going to notice that. It's like, you don't want to put new pods on that node, so I guess you're going to do something to that node. So if I have any primary running there, I'm going to do a switchover just in case. And then when I run the drain, it's not super clear here, but CNPG is also using a feature called a PDB, a pod disruption budget. And the PDB, I'm going to simplify a little bit here, but the PDB is here to say, hey, don't move that pod here because that's the primary. And so when I do my drain, you can see here it's like evicting. Normally, like here, if I had done that a little bit faster, because I had to do it in 2 steps, but if I had been a little bit faster, it would have told us something like not evicting pod default minimal1 because it's protected by a PDB, and so I'm not touching it for now. And it would have gone on like evicting the other ones, and then it would have tried again. And once the switchover is complete, then it's like, okay, then after the switchover is complete, the PDB is removed, and then the eviction can proceed, and minimal1 can be removed from the node. Small detail, but that means that when you have a Kubernetes clusters with, I don't know, 50 databases and you want to do a maintenance on a node, you don't have to go and coordinate with the 50 apps using the databases. You can literally just like drain that node and watch the switchovers happen and be assured that nothing horrible is going to happen to the application. So that's Really sweet. Well, small impact. The applications are going to get, a connection reset from the database, so they will have to reconnect. And if that's a problem for your app, there is something called the connection pooler that you can use. But again, that's not really the topic for today. So during the switchover itself is really quick, it's really fast. In my experience, it's barely a few seconds. So yes, during a few seconds, you can't write to the database because basically, if I remember correctly, the primary is going to be put in, I think it's called recovery mode, so it's not going to accept new writes. Then the secondary, so CNPG makes sure that the secondary catches up with the primary in terms of the replication log, and then it promotes the secondary, and then it updates the service endpoints. And at this point, basically what happens is that the applications get disconnected, and when they reconnect to the new primary, the promoted secondary.